Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than meta. So guys, once again, I'm going to be rolling with the Chicago Bears playbook. A particular play I want to feature in this out of my mega scheme that I run out of the 11 personnel, the Y-off trips, is the shock H option. This is out of the gun Y-off trips week. And it's a particular play that I like to go ahead and use, and I've actually went in the lab to try to make it as a better play. And I kind of share the philosophy on why to do this. I ran this play, probably about 3 or 4 times in the game, but I like it just because it is just a very effective play. It makes it easy for me to make my reads. Now, just out of curiosity, guys, down in the notes, if you can go ahead and share with me how long you've been playing Madden, would be great. You know, what Madden season you played for the first time. I'd love to just see that. Just to put things in perspective, I've been playing Madden probably longer than some of you guys may be alive. I started playing Madden back in 1992, so just kind of put things in perspective. But let's go ahead and jump into this gameplay. Once again, Chicago Bears defense, and I always come out of the same run when I actually jump out of this, and the reason why is this read option is a good play to go ahead and use, and I actually will pair it with the direct halfback snap. It's just another good way to go ahead and have your running game set up. So right here in this type of situation, I've got outside leverage with the defenders, and I've got a guy in the box off to the side right there. So let's go ahead and see if we jump into a particular play. This is a 2nd and 9 situation. I go ahead and set this guy up with basically my verticals concept, and I'll have this guy as a deep comeback route. And I try to read this defender. This person's actually inside leverage, and he's really close to the numbers. This maybe not be the best play right here, but you can see I go ahead and drop it down underneath and throw the ball right in front of his user, and this is why possession catched it. If I would have racked it, he would have been out of position, would have been able to pick up some more yards. So I got a little bit nervous because his defender actually got into the line, his path right there. Now this is the play I'm going to be featuring, and it's a really good play to go ahead and use. What I do now is I streak this guy up because I want to go ahead and take this over the top, but a new adjustment I do is I'm doing a post spot route. Now the reason for this is that it will take any kind of a matching guy and carry him out, allowing this route to get open over the top. Now where I really like to read this play essentially is on the left side of the field, and what I like to do is I like to go ahead and read this defender and see if anybody supports this curl route. If the defender actually stays in underneath, I can hit this curl route for an easy completion, or if the defender floats out, I can usually drop it down to this route. And then I also have this deep comeback route. You'll see the play out later as a third progression if I go ahead and read left to right. So let's go and set this up. You can see the route right here. He shoots out right here, takes this away. So I've got a one-on-one right here in this type of situation. I throw the ball, and my wide receiver is able to catch the ball right there. Now we're going to come back to that particular play again, but I actually had a couple drop passes, which kind of put me behind the 8 ball. Right here we've got the read option, and anytime I see a defender that's kind of outside right here, I've got this, and I've got a big gap right here, I will jump into stick and just read these defenders right here to see if they slide out into the slant route. If they don't, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into stick real quick and actually throw this area right here, and I try to back this up with the deep comeback route on the back side, just in case he slides out, and I need to make progressions on the other side of the field. So you can see right here, this guy actually came down and played this and had inside leverage. So you might have had this guy manned up with inside leverage and then actually got into my pass lane. So it is a 3rd and 7. I decided to go and jump into the outs play. And how I like to run this particular play is to do a levels concept where I've got this guy coming over. I'm going to streak this guy out, and then I obviously got these concepts. But I'm looking for the isolation on the one-on-one right here, and if there's nobody that comes out and supports this, I'm going to try to hit this route. Now I got a little bit happy feet on this. This guy's rusher is actually kind of getting in. I think he's got Bosa on the roster. I threw the ball actually early. And I should have waited a little bit for the break, and his defensive back actually plays it perfectly and knocks the ball out. So now I'm on a 4th and 7, and I'm going to go back to my same play that I used before. It's going to be shock H option. We're going to set this up and actually do the spot dig. And once again, I'm going to read this defender. So this defender's right here. This guy would actually have to shoot down and play this. So I'm looking to this route the entire time. Now, unfortunately, in this type of situation, he actually gets a really good knockout animation. Curl route, I've thrown this hundreds of times, catching it, completing it. The ball gets knocked out. That's the right read. Nothing wrong with that read. That was a good decision. Basically, I just get kind of a EA BS type situation where the ball got knocked out. That's not something you would expect to happen because I've thrown that ball hundreds and hundreds of times with success and never had any kind of issues. So I actually was able to get a very good defensive stop against this guy, and I basically kept him to 3 points. So what I want to do is try to go ahead and chew the clock down as much as possible against my opponent. So basically I do the direct snap. His defender comes out and plays it correctly, gets me into a 2nd and 10 situation, or 2nd and 11 situation. So I'm kind of behind the 8 ball right here. Now we're going to go jump back to this play once again and streak this up. So I've showed this play to this guy a couple more times. And what happens is that, see how this guy actually kind of starts sliding out? I just get a feel for this guy's going to slide out, play this, and his user is going to play the running back underneath. But because I've changed this play a little bit, I've got this route that sticks right here and sits in the sweet zone. So watch what happens. I can throw this little stop post route and get an easy completion for a good 15 to 20 yards right there in that type of situation. So now I get myself into a 2nd and 3 jumping off of that. I'm going to go into verticals once again in this particular play. And we're just going to watch the verticals route. He actually kind of comes out here. So I was looking at the running back, but I know that this guy's got a free release. So I'm just going to check it down and actually go ahead and pick up the first down right here, get a broken tackle by my wide receiver and get it down to the 33-yard line. So no huddle in this type of situation. And I've got basically the RPO going on right here with the read option and get into a very easy, manageable situation. He had to have a heavy box. He's had a bunch of people down in the line. Now I go into this. It's a tackle, off tackle pull. Kind of works like a trap play, but I like it because the blocking's a little bit better. The only person that can really mess this run up is if this guy shoots in the gap. But you can see right here, I'm able to go ahead and pick up a first down right there. And that's pretty much the goal. What I'm trying to do in this type of series is just go ahead and chew this clock down as much as possible and not give this ball back to, try to get this clock down as much as possible, not give them a situation where you can get some easy yards. So right here, I go ahead and jump into a play which is got another stop route on the left side of the field. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. What I like to do with this play is do a little stop route on the back side, and I have a deep comeback route on this side. Now, what I'm looking at is this defender right here, and I want to wait for this guy to float out, and I'll pop this route for an easy completion. If the defender stays in, then I'll look for the deep comeback route, and if I don't like the reads right there, I can actually come under the middle and go to this deep comeback route on the back side. What I get messed up with is he's playing the slot defender. So that kind of just messes up my progressions a little bit. He's kind of splitting the difference. So I go to my next read right here on this route, which is trying to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. I'm able to go ahead and pick up 4 yards on that particular play. What I like about it is just a fast hitter. It's chewing the clock up against this guy, keeping everything underneath, making it very simple. Right here we go and jump into an RPO. I haven't showed this guy RPO at all. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and pop the RPO, and the defender actually comes out and plays it, and there's no blocking on this. So he might have switched up his defense. He jumped in the right defense, and the RPO actually gets bottled up right there. And it comes to a situation where 3rd and 5. I go ahead and jump into this particular play, and I'm anticipating this route right here to get cleared out. But he actually does make a pretty good adjustment against me. He actually jumps to cover 3 hard flats it. And basically what happens is this was wide open, but I was really waiting for this release to come out. And as a result, his user kind of gets in the area. But look what happens at the defensive line. I get a guy that actually deflects the pass right there and stops it. So it is basically 23 seconds left. I think he might have burned a timeout in this type of situation. So I just go ahead, take my points, keep the score tied, keep the even. Don't let this guy get a possession. Now I get a turnover in the second half right here, and I jump into a different play. This is a weak close. I like this particular formation because it's got a halfback dive, and a lot of people just don't expect it anymore. It's not very common. And what I do is I do a little window dressing where I go ahead and motion this running back out with the intention that he's going to think this is kind of a passing play. And sometimes I fake audibles too, but I'm really just trying to go ahead and run with my fullback, which is a tight end, just to go ahead and get an easy first down or pick up some yards. If I would have went to the outside, this would have been a huge play. I probably would have picked up a lot more yards, but I actually cut it back into the gaps, and I'm able to go ahead and just bang my way down the field right there and get a 3rd and 3 situation set up. So now I go and jump back into this 11 personnel, and I've got once again this deep comeback route. But you can see this defender right here, these guys are rushing, and unless this guy bites down, I've got this little area that I can hit against them with the slant route. So you can see the slant route is available to me, and all I just want to do is just keep moving the chains against this guy as much as possible to get a first down. So now I actually jump into the RPO out of the huddle, opposed to actually audibling into it, and this is where I catch him off with this little flat screen. His defender gets out of position. I get the good blocking this time, and I'm able to go and get the ball into the end zone. So I end up actually getting defensive stops against this guy. He was having some hard times with my defense. He actually just kind of lobbed the ball up and tried to get an aggressive catch. Brisker's able to come down with it. And he actually goes ahead and quits out after this particular play because he knows the game's pretty much over with. Me being up 17-3, he really couldn't move against me. So wanted to share this gameplay with you guys. Just let me know how long you guys have been playing Madden. I'm just curious, how many years you've been playing Madden. How did you get involved in it? Any kind of feedback down in the notes would be great. So once again, thank you for your support. Until next time.